good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Stafford. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
A first down carry for Davis. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From the 17, Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force it.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Davis will try to run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 30.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Lions' 36-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
From the gun, a give to Davis. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
It's going to be a long...
Throwing here, Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounce. bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Waiting. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got him.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Detroit.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, red. Under 10. 10.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, V. Let's go.
They try again with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
Check, 59. Here we go.
This is Bell. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. They come out here in the eye.
Don't get nervous. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Bell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
So it'll be second and goal when we return. We played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Watch the run, watch the run. 10.
Now Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Prater for the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Check 52. Lock in, lock in.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Chicago first down, the former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Davis running right. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hurry!
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Play action. Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Come on, 180! Watch the run, watch the run. Good sock, baby, that's a baby sock.
Again, it's Cohen. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Bears, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Y'all already know what time it is, playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, roll on the wrist, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, roll on the wrist.